so ready to trade in those spreadsheets for something a little more Grecian.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Today's deep dive takes us all the way to Athens, home of Erasmus Nostrum. And we've got brochures and course descriptions, even a whole YouTube video.
Wow.
Basically embarking on a virtual learning adventure together.
I like it.
The mission. To figure out if one of their courses might be the perfect fit for you.
Okay, so I think one of the first things that stood out to me is that Erasmus Nostrum isn't exactly your typical university.
Okay.
They describe themselves as a nonprofit educational hub, focusing on what they call non-formal education for adults.
Non-formal education.
Yes.
What does that mean? So are we ditching the textbooks and, I don't know, learning Socratic dialogue while we stroll through the agora?
Well, maybe not the agora.
Okay.
But you're on the right track. Think less about lectures and exams and a lot more about interactive workshops, real-world projects, actively building skills you can use right away.
Okay, so much more appealing than cramming for a final exam.
Definitely.
Now, you also sent me their Course Catalog 2025.
Yes.
And I have to say, there are some very enticing options in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. AI and digital transformation in higher education, introduction to EU-funded projects, cross-cultural communication and leadership, public speaking, and presentation skills.
Sounds good.
And I noticed some of these courses repeat throughout the year. What's the thinking there?
Yeah, it seems like Erasmus Nostrum is catering to a specific niche, professionals in higher education, leadership roles, or people who are working across borders.
Okay.
Those recurring courses might signal high demand or maybe specialized expertise.
So it's not just a random collection of courses.
Right.
There's a clear focus.
Seems like it.
And that makes sense, building a reputation for excellence in specific areas.
Definitely.
And I think it's important for the listener to consider, does their niche align with your professional goals?
For sure. And to get a better feel for that alignment, why don't we take a closer look at some of the individual courses?
All right, so first up, AI and digital transformation in higher education.
Big one.
And the course description really caught my eye.
What'd you see?
Day 1, it dives into AI basics. Day 2 is all about practical tools and integration.
Nice.
Sounds like a crash course in bringing your teaching into the digital age.
Yeah, I like it.
But is it really just about the tech?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. From the materials that you provided, it seems like this course goes a lot deeper than that. They're exploring how AI is reshaping the very foundations of education.
Really?
Personalized learning, data-driven insights into student outcomes. It's really about understanding the broader impact of AI, not just using the latest shiny tools.
So even if you're not a tech whiz, understanding these trends is crucial.
Absolutely.
To stay ahead of the curve in education, future-proofing your career.
That's a good point.
Speaking of future-proofing, there's a course on sustainability in higher education.
Okay.
And this one has me intrigued by the hands-on element.
Oh, tell me more.
They have a campus sustainability audit workshop.
So hands-on experience is always a good thing, and it highlights how this course blends theory with practical application. It's not just about learning those abstract concepts, but it's about empowering participants to make change in their own institutions.
I was just thinking about that community engagement aspect that they mentioned.
Yeah.
It's not just about making individual campuses greener, is it?
Exactly. This course seems to be asking a bigger question. How can higher education institutions lead broader sustainability efforts? The impact could extend beyond campus, reaching students, faculty, the local community, a ripple effect.
With some real potential. Okay, now this next one seems very practical. Introduction to EU-funded projects.
Oh, yeah.
From understanding those often very complex funding frameworks to drafting project ideas and even simulating partner negotiations.
Wow.
It seems like they really equip you to navigate the world of international collaborations.
They do. And, one detail that they highlight that's often overlooked is financial management. This course seems to go beyond just winning that funding. It's about learning how to manage it responsibly. And that can be a game changer.
Suddenly, those EU projects seem a lot less daunting and a lot more attainable.
Absolutely.
But before we get carried away with all the project proposals,
sure,
there's more to Erasmus Nostrum than just coursework, right?
You're catching on. Remember that Get to Know Athens section in the brochure?
Yes.
Every course includes a welcome dinner and a visit to the Acropolis. They really seem to emphasize cultural immersion alongside the learning.
Learning in the shadow of the Acropolis.
There you go.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
And it's not just those set activities.
No, it's not.
The sustainability course mentions a networking event with Erasmus Nostrum alumni,
Yes.
and even a day cruise.
Those optional activities really hint at a vibrant community and the potential for lasting connections.
Building your professional network while experiencing the beauty of Greece, that's
I
powerful.
know, right?
Okay, so I hate to bring this up, but before we get too swept away by the Athenian charm, let's talk about practicalities.
Yeah, the elephant in the room, that €400 participation fee, non-refundable. So
Right,
it's a decision that requires some careful consideration.
good point. So what does that fee actually cover,
Yeah.
and what are we responsible for on our own?
So from what we've gathered, the fee includes course organization, lecturer fees, all materials, and then some meals and activities.
Okay.
So like those welcome dinners and that Acropolis visit. However, you're going to need to budget for travel accommodation and most of your meals separately.
Good reminder to factor in those extra costs so you have a realistic budget.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so as we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, are there any lingering questions or mysteries we need to solve?
Well, I noticed that YouTube video mentioned a course on mental health and well-being in higher education,
Uh-huh.
but it's not in the 2025 catalog. Is it a brand new offering or just not running next year? A little mystery.
Intriguing. We'll have to see if we can uncover more about that. But for now, I think we have a really good foundation. We've explored what Erasmus Nostrum is all about, the types of courses they offer. We even got a little taste of the Athenian experience.
And don't forget that they also have a website which mentions other course categories
Oh, right.
like entrepreneurship and innovation.
Okay.
And they even have their own podcast called Erasmus Plus Revealed,
Uh,
diving deeper into the world of EU funding.
yeah, that podcast.
Very clever. It seems like they're building a community around international collaboration, not just offering courses.
Do you think that adds value for someone considering these programs?
Oh, for sure. Having that network of alumni and experts so readily accessible through events or even, a podcast can be so valuable for navigating, the complexities of these international projects. It's like having a built-in support system.
And it really speaks to their commitment to fostering this learning community
Yeah.
beyond the classroom. Now, another thing that caught my eye on the website is their emphasis on sustainable development goals as a key area.
Mhm.
Is that a growing trend, do you think, in higher education?
Without a doubt, sustainability has moved from kind of the periphery to the core
Mm-hmm.
of how many universities and institutions view their purpose. It's no longer just about green campuses. It's about integrating sustainable practices into research teaching and community engagement.
Which makes a course like that, sustainability in higher education, even more relevant.
For sure.
It's giving those professionals the tools to not just understand the concepts,
Right.
but to really become agents of change within their institutions.
Precisely. For someone in higher education, having that knowledge and those skills
Yeah.
is a real asset.
It's demonstrating a commitment to sustainability,
For sure.
a forward-thinking approach that can really set you apart.
Definitely.
So it's not just about professional development for personal gain.
Right.
It's aligning yourself with these larger global goals. Becoming a leader in a field that's undergoing a pretty significant shift. It's like their tagline says,
What's up?
explore, learn, and grow in the heart of Athens.
I love it.
It really captures the essence of what they're offering.
It does. It's
Yeah.
the combination of high-quality courses, the chance to immerse yourself in a new culture, and the opportunity to connect with peers from around the world. It's professional development with a side of adventure.
I'm starting to get the feeling that exploring Erasmus Nostrum might be a good idea.
I think so.
Now, as we wrap up our deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with?
Well, if you're looking to enhance your skills in areas like AI sustainability or international collaboration, Erasmus Nostrum offers a very unique blend of practical training, a supportive community, and the chance to experience the vibrant city of Athens. If any of those things resonate with you, it's certainly worth a closer look.
Beautifully put. It's like they've created this perfect storm of professional and personal enrichment. Now, I do have one final question for you.
Okay.
Something to consider as you weigh your options.
Yeah.
With all this talk of AI reshaping education and the growing focus on sustainability, are these the defining challenges in A&D opportunities
That's a big one.
facing higher education today?
That is a crucial question to ponder, and it's not limited to higher education, is it? These forces, technology, globalization, the increasing need for sustainability,
Yeah.
they're reshaping every sector. So whether you choose Erasmus Nostrum or another path, the key takeaway is to be adaptable, stay informed, and embrace lifelong learning.
Well said. It's been such an insightful deep dive into Erasmus Nostrum.
I have.